Hey guys, happy Veterans Day. This is my first meal prep in the new workshop kitchen area, and I like to do this occasionally, but definitely on Veterans Day. So, not to waste any of your time, scallions, red onion, bacon. This was on sale, believe it or not, for $6.50. And it is a pound. Hickory smoked. It doesn't have to be smoked though, because this is going on the smoker. Jalapeno jack cheese. Kielbasa, Polish kielbasa. Sweet Baby Ray's secret sauce. And some Italian hoagie rolls. So what I usually do is I cut the kielbasa into sections that should fit on the hoagie roll. A little bit shorter, you don't want them hanging over the edge, or I don't anyway. And yeah, I have gloves on today because I sharpened my axe this morning and I did a little fat wood roundup and I didn't realize how sharp I made my axe. And I nicked my right here actually. And out of respect to the people that are going to share this food with me, I'm wearing gloves. I know there's nothing wrong with me, but just for their peace of mind and the sake of who knows what happened today, I'm going to keep my blood off of their food, our food. So, like I said, I'm going to cut these up. I need a tape measure. I like them all to be about the same length. So there's 1, 3, and I was hoping to get 6 out of this. And these are going on the Dyna Glo. I think I've already said that. But I got my truck back today from the dealer, and the day got away from me, and it's dark out right now. It's pushing 5 o'clock. So I don't know how much you'd be able to see outside anyway. But these will go on the Dynaglo, and I'm using hickory wood to smoke these with. I don't want a crazy overpowering flavor. So anyway, I cut this kielbasa up, and there's a place near where I lived in PA that makes this homemade. And oh my God, if you like kielbasa, or if you don't like kielbasa and you had it from this place, you would absolutely like kielbasa. So what I'm doing is I'm splitting these down about 2/3 of the way in the middle, and these are 1 pound packages. So there's 2 pounds of kielbasa here. And I hope to be able to make 6, it broke, 6 sandwiches. And what's going to happen is these are going to go on the smoker. No tin foil, no pan, just right on the grate. Going to smoke these till they're just about done. While these are smoking, I'm going to put 2 pieces of bacon per unit of kielbasa. And I'm going to put the bacon below the kielbasa. I really don't want the bacon drippings dripping on the kielbasa, and the bacon I think is going to take just a bit longer to cook. So what's going to happen is I'm going to cook the bacon and kielbasa at the same time, and hopefully with the height of the grates they should finish real close to even. Then I'm going to cut up some red onion. You can use whatever onion you like, obviously. And I'm going to cut that in slices. I'm going to, once these are cooked, they're going to open up. And I'm going to pack this, not pack it, but I'm going to put a few slices of the red onion. And that will also be cooked. That will be in a little tray in the smoker. Inside of this cut. The scallions, because we're all onion people here, I will cut 1 piece of scallion. And the rest of these have, well, they have a little bit of root, so the rest of these are going to, this from here down, they're going to go in water. And I almost guarantee that they'll grow. And then I'll have free scallion for some time. So then I'll put one scallion, a couple of pieces of onion, the 2 slices of bacon inside the cut also. Then I'm going to cut up this jalapeno jack cheese, and I'm going to stuff as much as I can fit into the cuts with the cheese. When the smoker is down to coals and there's no more smoke and just heat, so to speak, I'm going to take my rolls and slice them up, and I'm going to open those and I'm going to put them on the top grate inside the smoker. And that's going to toast them ever so slightly, but just enough so that they're not like soft and, I don't want to say gooey, but soft and gooey. So, God, I wish it was a light out so I don't have a light where my smoker is, but I am working on that. I'm actually working on a smoker platform, and it's going to get crazy. I know it is. But this is how we're going to start. Okay, so now all the meat is on the Dynaglo, and I'm going to cut this stuff up. Not that I don't have a lot of time, but I'm going to leave about this much because I am going to stick these in water, and like I said, I'm sure that they'll grow. And it's pretty cool because they grow fast. I don't know if you've ever done that, but these scallions, you put them in a little bit of water, cover them, now that I put them in the bag, cover them about up to here where the white starts to turn green, and as long as you've got some root, and maybe that's why they leave the root on, I don't know, it seems like a bad business practice, but as long as you've got a root on it, water about where the white starts to turn green, guaranteed they'll grow. And usually what I do is I'll put them in a mason jar of water for about a week, and they'll start growing in a day. I'm not even joking. You'll see a change in a day. And then what I do is about a week or so later, I will take a little bit of potting soil and put it into the water, because the potting soil has nutrients and stuff in it that they really like, and man, do they really take off after that. I should have looked at this one a little closer. There's a lot of bad pieces on this. And I don't think that I mentioned it, but these I'm going to leave full length because they're going on the rolls. And again, once the smoke is diminished in the Dynaglo, I'm going to lay these on the grate just for a couple of minutes to kind of soften them up. And they're going to be phenomenal. And I don't need a lot of onion because I already have the scallions. So it's just a little bit for the onion flavor. And I got to tell you, I'm really excited about having this cooking area out in my shop. It's clean, it's organized, it's easy. The onion, however, is going to go on raw. Raw onion just steps it up a bit. And I'm by no means a chef, so if you watch Jacques Pepin, who has some phenomenal recipes, and I definitely recommend his channel. The guy's a French chef. He lives in the northeast of the United States. He was a chef for royalty, I believe. This guy has some recipes. I actually made his potato leek soup, and my wife said, "No way you bought this." I said, "No, I actually made it. I literally follow the directions of somebody who knows what they're doing." Then I'm going to cut the cheese. And again, I'm doing this kind of prematurely, but only for the purposes of the video. Man, I need to sharpen my knife. I should be using my axe. Haha. And these are going to go cold on the rolls when it's all said and done. And the heat from, here we go, the rhyme. The heat from the meat is going to melt them ever so slightly. If you want them melted more, obviously you can do however you'd like to do that. And this is a store-bought cutting board. And now that I've got my shop almost done, I still need to get a bandsaw, a drill press, and a belt grinder. I'm thinking of making a belt grinder, but I'm going to, I've got a lot of standing dead trees here, and I really want to make a maple cutting board out of a tree from the property. No one in my family, thankfully, is allergic to anything, but I have read, and again, not being allergic, I don't know, but I have read that if you make a cutting board out of like walnut or pecan or any tree that produces nuts, that people with nut allergies, peanuts and so forth, almonds, could have a problem with that. So I prefer to make my cutting boards out of maple. Obviously they produce a seed but not a nut. And that's what I'm going to do as soon as I get the rest of my shop finished. We're almost there. We are so close. But God forbid I have a relative or a friend over and I make something in a walnut board. I'd really like to make one out of walnut, but I won't. And they wind up having a reaction and going into anaphylactic shock. So maple's a safe bet. It's a little bit softer than, you know, some of the other woods, and you'll leave some knife marks, but what's a knife mark compared to someone's safety? So that's my reasoning behind the maple board, and that's what I'm going to wind up doing. So, all right, I've got everything cut up, ready to go. The meat's cooking on the Dynaglo, so it's going to be a little bit before I'm ready to proceed, but we'll be back. Okay, unfortunately, my time constraints and so on. You're probably wondering, what kind of side do you have with this? Well, I make a potato salad, and that's it. These kibasi on these rolls with a side of potato salad, and that's dinner. And trust me, it's good enough. So, as I said, unfortunately, I made the potato salad already. I'll throw in a couple of quick little pictures. But how I make my potato salad is, and this is for 3 people, I start off with about 5 fit-in-your-fist size potatoes. And the potatoes that I really like are those golden potatoes for potato salad. And I'll cut those up into chunks, an inch or so in size, maybe a little bigger. I will boil those for a few minutes just until they're this side of crunchy. So you don't want them like mashed potatoes, but you don't want them super crunchy either. So with that, I will also boil 4 eggs. And the hard-boiled eggs, most people are 10 to 12 minutes. I boil them 12 to 13 minutes. I have a bowl of ice water that has been sitting since I started to boil them. So the water is super cold. And when they're done boiling, I'll pour out the hot water and I will put the eggs right into the ice water. That makes them a lot easier to peel. And I always peel my hard-boiled eggs from the fat end, because if you've ever peeled an egg, you know that there's a membrane in there. And if you can get under the membrane, then the shell comes off so much easier. I will add 2 tablespoons of, and yeah, I have to look at my recipe here, because I can't remember anything anymore, I swear. Old age, or I don't know what it is, too many things on my plate. But anyway, 2 tablespoons of sweet relish, a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, an 1/8 cup of honey mustard, a 1/4 cup of medium-sized onions. That means medium size, I mean I chop them to a medium size. They're not fine and they're not crazy big. And what I do is the last minute or so before the potatoes are done, I'll put the onions in the boiling water so that they soften up a bit. I will add a tablespoon of garlic, 1/2 tablespoon of black pepper, and 1/2 tablespoon of sea salt. The eggs are the last thing to go in, so I'll put this all together when the potatoes are done, the mayonnaise, the mustard, the seasonings, and mix that up really well. Once that's all said and done, I'll put the eggs in, and I usually cut them in half, and then, I don't know how to say, in half, and then this way. Put those in, mix it up really, really well, and then throw it in the refrigerator for an hour or two. Let it get nice and cold. I don't like warm, hot, room temperature potato salad. I like it cold. So that's my potato salad weapon, and I've been doing that forever, and so far no complaints. Everybody likes it. Alright guys, we're about nearing the end, and I know this lighting is terrible, but it is very dark out. We're about 200 degrees on the Dynaglo, and let us have a peek. Yeah, the bread is going good, the meat is awesome, the bacon. We're gonna plate this up probably in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll be back. Alright guys, so it's been about an hour and 10-15 minutes. Average temperature in the Dynaglo Signature Series between 150 and 200. And toasted the bread. The bacon is absolutely perfect. My daughter only wants one. She will not eat raw onions. I'm having 2 because I'm a piggy. My wife's only going to have 1. She does like raw onions. And then we're going to put a little bit of the secret sauce on top. And I'm here to tell you, the kielbasa, the raw onions, the scallions, the bacon, the pepper jalapeno cheese, the hoagie rolls toasted. This is just, I don't even know what time it is. 7:20 p.m. Eastern Time. November 11th, Veterans Day again. But this is just, I can't even, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. I wish YouTube had a smell feature, because this is just completely awesome. So it's time to chow down and wrap up this day. Watch a little TV, chill out. Guys, I really hope you had a great Veterans Day. Again, thank you to all who have served, my fellow vet brothers, sisters, brothers and sisters. Thank you so much. You make the U.S. what it is. Again, guys, thanks, and we'll talk soon.